recent smooch story called Once Upon a Love. This is a story of a boy and girl who had crushes on each other. The boy was named Jared, and he knew how to grow a full mustache. And he was really good at video games. He could pretty much beat any final boss in about 5 seconds without even trying. He also knew all 50 states and capitals and loved squeeze yogurt. The girl was named April, and she looked just like that reporter girl from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She was really good at skateboarding, and she could make cool drum sounds with her mouth. One day, Jared was walking home from work at the Doritos factory when he looked up and saw the girl for the first time. She was walking in all slow motion, and the wind was blowing on her, and her hooters were jiggling around. And that's when he knew he wanted to go steady with her. So he went up to her and told her how much he liked her hooters, and she blushed for a while. And then they decided to go on a date. So that night, they got dressed up. April wore pantyhose and a necklace, and Jared put grease in his hair, put on his Sunday school shoes, and a cool tie with basketballs all over it. Then he put on some chapstick so his lips wouldn't be crusty if he kissed. He looked awesome. Then he went to pick her up, and she looked awesome too. So he gave her some Jolly Ranchers and a light-up yo-yo for a gift. They went to my favorite restaurant where you can play cool games. Jared was so good that he got enough tickets to get the top prize, which was a stuffed animal zebra, and gave it to April because it was so romantic. Then they both drank a cup of beer, and it made them giggle a lot. So they walked by the river, and Jared thought he'd try out a smooch. So he leaned in and hugged her body and kissed her mouth for a bit. But then April stopped and said she didn't want to kiss anymore because his breath stunk bad. So she got on her skateboard and left. Then Jared went home and cried into a pillow, beat Halo 4 in like 2 minutes, then went to bed. The next day, he was walking down by the river again, and he saw April, and she was holding hands with some dentist. So he went up to her and said, "What are you doing with this dentist?" And she said, "I'm going steady with this dentist because his breath smells good all the time, like toothpaste." And Jared said, "Well, that sucks." Then he ripped the dentist's mask off his face and tried to throw it in the river, but it was too windy. This dentist was a real bad guy. He was always giving kids braces and making them wear headgear all the time, and he didn't care at all how dumb it made them look. He was a major butt face, and his name was Dennis. Dennis the dentist. How dumb is that? Anyway, Jared was so mad that he went home and threw a whole bunch of apples at a wall because they looked cool and they splattered. Then he decided he needed to get back at her. So he started kissing any girls he would find. He kissed a girl on his front porch. He kissed another girl on just some stairs. He even kissed a girl right next to a horse. And April never found out about it until one day she found out about it, and she started slapping the heck out of him. And while she was slapping him, he started thinking about all the bad things he had done and all the girl mouths he had kissed. Then he stopped one of her slaps and turned it into a handhold. And April thought that was pretty cool. And they looked at each other in the face for a while and felt all warm and tingly. So they went back to Jared's house and rolled around on the bed, and we just saw a bunch of close-ups of candles and flowers and stuff. Then they went back to the river, and Jared played her a love song on the recorder, and they kissed for a long time, even though Jared had just eaten a whole bag of Doritos, and his breath stunk real bad. And the stupid dentist stood there and watched the whole time like an idiot. Luckily, he got hit by a garbage truck and died. Jared and April lived happily ever after until their 5-year anniversary, when April was caught under the covers with her exercise teacher Sherman, and he said some exercise gibberish.
Chakra vinyasa.
So she went to go live at her aunt's house for a while until she has time to figure things out. Jared's been closed off emotionally lately. Sugarboy! Love can be hard sometimes.